Chill. What y'all on, gang? What the y'all on? Snax on Sports. I'm back with another one. You dig? We finna talk about this Lamar Jackson. Now, as a precursor, let me just let it be known, Lamar Jackson is my favorite player. It's probably a tie between him and Deebo Samuel, because the Niners are my team. But Lamar Jackson is, between Lamar Jackson and Deebo Samuel, they're my favorite players to watch. Probably Lamar Jackson a little bit more though, just because as a quarterback, you know what I mean, with everything that he do, super dynamic. I mean, what Deebo do is dynamic too, you know what I mean. But just with Lamar being the quarterback, you know what I mean, it's just his contribution is probably a little bit more important than a wide receiver. Maybe not more important, but it's just he's the quarterback, so you know what I mean. It holds a little bit more weight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to say, I love Lamar Jackson. I'm just the type of fan that I'm always gonna call it how I see it. You feel me? I'm not a blind fan. You feel me? Meaning I don't just blindly root for teams and players. Meaning that I go off what my eyes see, regardless of if I'm a fan of a team or a player. If you're playing like shit, I'm gonna say you're playing like shit. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens went down to the Buffalo Bills this weekend in the divisional round, and their season is over. The Ravens season is over, and Buffalo is moving on to the AFC Championship game to go head to head up with that man, Goliath. You feel me? Patrick Mahomes. And my thing is like this, man. I love Lamar, but Lamar doesn't play well, or he has shown in his career that he does not play well in the biggest moments, in the biggest games. It just is what it is. I hate to say it. That doesn't mean that it can't change and that it won't change. I believe it will. I believe that Lamar Jackson will eventually get a Super Bowl. And it's not just Lamar Jackson, it's the Baltimore Ravens, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? I believe they'll get it. I hope they'll get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that for whatever reason, up until this point, you know, when the moment presents itself and you got to perform, you know, Lamar Jackson, for whatever reason, doesn't perform like the dynamic MVP Lamar Jackson that we've come to know. And that is usually what the definition of choking. You know what I'm saying? He fucking choked. He chokes. That's just what it is. Cam Johnson, I bet that the Bills will lose to Patrick again. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. My thing is, I'm a Niner fan, and most Niner fans hate the Chiefs because they've given us a lot of heartbreak and heartache. You know what I'm saying? In our two most recent Super Bowls. And although that is true, me myself, I'm not a hater of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I was at first, but I'm no longer a hater. The reason why is because me being here from the Bay Area, I'm also a Golden State Warriors fan, as long with being a San Francisco 49ers fan. And also with Tom Brady being from the Bay Area, even though the New England Patriots were not my team, not the team that I rooted for, I always rooted for Tom Brady because he's from a city very close to where I'm from. You know what I mean? He's from San Mateo. I'm from East Palo Alto. There's probably about 3 or 4 cities in between those 2 cities. And from where I'm at right now, to go to San Mateo, it only take me 10, 15 minutes to get there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how close. But I'm saying that to say I've rooted for teams and players that were a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? And so the one thing that I've come to realize in rooting for teams and players that were a part of dynasties is that you got to believe these motherfuckers when they show you who they are. Like, for the last 10 years of Tom Brady's career, all I heard was how it's over. It's over. He old. He can't do it no more. And it is not. And all he kept doing was appearing in the Super Bowl and kept winning them. You know what I mean? And it's like, how long are you guys gonna, and they're doing it again. So what I'm saying, and I seen it with Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors too. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing it with the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, they lost one game this year, but their offense isn't as high powered as it was in previous years, but they're still winning. So my thing is when you say the Bills are going to fall to the Chiefs, I wouldn't. Obviously, I'm not going to be surprised at that. But the reason why I was saying that is because I'm not a hater of the Chiefs. Because Patrick Mahomes is one of those dudes. I just had to come to the realization he's one of those dudes. You can get mad and all that shit all you want. It doesn't do any good, bro. He's one of those guys. He's as Doggy from Chris Russo from ESPN's First Take would say, he's an immortal. Okay? He's an immortal. So he gonna do what the fuck he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? He's shown us over and over again that he knows how to get this done. They can win in many different ways, whether they score 40 points or whether they score 18 and 19 points. They still be winning. So my thing is, I've accepted it. And even though I don't want to see the Chiefs win again, just because that'll be a three-peat, and that'll be the first three-peat in NFL history in the Super Bowl era. And all the him being better than Tom Brady talk is going to kick in the stratosphere and all that. And I'm a huge Tom Brady fan. I hate that, because even if they win this Super Bowl, which would be 3 in a row, which has never been done, so that is a nice feather in the cap of the GOAT debate, he still would be 3 whole Super Bowls behind Tom Brady. So yeah, that fourth, it would be your 4th, and it would be your 3rd in a row. You know what I'm saying? It would be your 3rd in a row. So, and that's something that Tom Brady never did. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady got to 3 in a row before. Tom Brady won 2 in a row before, but he never won 3 in a row before. You know what I'm saying? So that would be something that Brady never did. You know? not that I hate, like I said, I don't hate Patrick Mahomes, but another thing I hate about the Patrick Mahomes thing is like it's such recency bias in today's world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still don't put him above Joe Montana all the time. I do have Patrick Mahomes top 3 already. You know what I mean? All time. You know what I mean? But I have it Brady, Montana, Mahomes. Like, Montana got 4. And he never lost. He's 4-0. Brady Mahomes is 3-1. He lost. And another thing into the debate of Mahomes and Brady is that not only if the Chiefs win with this Super Bowl, that will be 4 to Tom Brady's 7, which means that he's still 3 whole Super Bowl victories behind Tom Brady, and there's no guarantee that you're going to win. I don't give a fuck how great, like, it's not, you're not guaranteed to win another 3 Super Bowls. Like, that's just, I know he's making it look easy, but things can change quickly. Tom Brady went 10 years without winning a Super Bowl. Okay? And between his 3rd and his 4th Super Bowl victory was 10 years in between that. Now, they had been to 2 Super Bowls, but they had lost both of them. So, you know what I mean? There's no guarantee, bro. And Tom Brady was able to stay healthy for the most part for a very long time. You know what I mean? There's no guarantee that that's going to happen with Patrick Mahomes. I'm not hoping that it doesn't. I'm just saying. But anyway, not only would he still be 3, would Patrick Mahomes still be 3 total Super Bowl victories behind Tom Brady, the only Super Bowl loss that he has is against Tom Brady. So not only do I have 3 less than him, but Tom Brady actually beat me to get his 7th Super Bowl. And Tom Brady beat me to get his 6th Super Bowl because the Patriots beat the Chiefs in the 18 AFC Championship game when Patrick Mahomes was a second-year player but a first-year starter. They beat the Chiefs when he was still with the Patriots to get to the Super Bowl and beat the Rams. So there's only been 2 quarterbacks that have beaten Patrick Mahomes in his postseason. That's Tom Brady and that's Joe Burrow. Okay? So no, him winning a 3rd in a row, although it would be something that Tom Brady never did before, that still would not put him above Tom Brady for me. And that's the thing. That's really the reason why I don't want them to win, is because I know that he will not have surpassed Tom Brady, but the media, sports media, is going to make it, and they're going to talk like he has surpassed him. They're going to forget all of the shit I just said about you lost to Tom Brady both times when you played him in the playoffs. I think they beat the Patriots in the regular season. And I think when he was with the Buccaneers, they beat him in the regular season as well. So, I think Patrick Mahomes got a couple regular season victories against Tom Brady, but when it really mattered, Tom Brady won. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, I don't have nothing against Patrick Mahomes. I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? And even if they were to win this one, I wouldn't be mad. You know, I wouldn't be, I don't want the Eagles to win. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got nothing a whole bunch against them either. I just don't want them to win. You know what I mean? I really don't want the Bills to win either. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm not a huge fan of Josh Allen. You know what I mean? I want to see the Commanders win. I'm going for Jalen. What's his name? The kid over there. But he's not trying to beat Tom Brady. It's to win. But Patrick was a baseball player, and he's cooking these boys. Tom Brady was a baseball player too. I don't know if you know that, but Tom Brady played baseball as well. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady was also a pitcher. Yeah. Daniel's looking tough. That's why I'm saying, hey, he looking. I know it's a long shot. You know what I mean? You know, you still got big bad Patrick Mahomes still there. You got Josh Allen still there. You know what I mean? He going up against a tough opponent in the Philadelphia Eagles this upcoming week. But man, I would so love for Jaden Daniels and the fucking Washington Commanders. I want to say Redskins so bad. I would so love for them to win the Super Bowl. Like, that would just be like the most shocking Super Bowl victory of all time and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Josh, you right. I heard that Josh is from Cali too. Yeah. Josh Allen. I did hear about that. You know what I'm saying? My only thing with Josh Allen is that I just always felt like I'm never like saying that he's a bad, I always knew he's a great quarterback. My only thing is that I just always felt like they give him too much too soon. Like, all he really had, like, yes, he's a great quarterback, don't get me wrong, but all he's really done in his career is make an AFC Championship game appearance. Before this, now this is the second AFC Championship game appearance, but he's won no MVPs, he's won no Super Bowls, he's won, you know what I mean? And so I always kind of been like, I just don't see the big. Yeah, I know he's great. I know he's a good quarterback, but I just they with putting him in that Patrick Mahomes tier. I just never seen that. I'm kind of seeing it now though. You know what I mean? But still, you still got to go finish the job. You know what I mean? Let's see what he does. Let's see what he's able to do this weekend. You know what I mean? But Lamar Jackson, let's get back to Lamar. You feel me? Their defense. Yeah. Now, Lamar Jackson. So this is my thing with Lamar. I love Lamar. Like I said, he's my favorite player, or at least he's tied as one of my favorite players along with Deebo Samuel. But Lamar Jackson does not play well in big games. You know what I'm saying? At least he hasn't yet thus far. And one of the things that kind of irked and irritated me last night, post-game coverage, and this morning watching some of these talk shows is that I just don't feel like they gave Lamar Jackson his right criticism. You know, I'm hearing a lot of, it ain't his, it ain't just Lamar. Nobody's saying it's just Lamar, but those first two turnovers, like, dude. Hold on, my fault. Give me 30 seconds. Yeah, so that those first two turn, and I'm gonna get to Mark Andrews. Okay, so I understand Mark Andrews. He also made some mistakes. But my thing is, just like I heard somebody else say this morning on Get Up, and there was a lot of stuff that was said this morning on Get Up that I didn't agree with, especially when it comes to Louis Riddick and a few other them fools. But Mark Andrews is not the one getting paid $50-60 million a year. So I mean, it just is what it is. I understand he had that fumble, you know what I'm saying, when they was making the comeback or whatever. And then he dropped the 2-point conversion. I understand that. You know what I mean? And he choked as well. You know what I'm saying? Because Mark Andrews is very short-handed. It was a bad game for the Baltimore Ravens and for the big wigs. You know what I'm saying? Because my definition of choking is when you don't do what you normally do when the games aren't as pressurized. That's choking. You know what I'm saying? Like when the regular season, when the games, every game is pressure and every game, is big and counts, in the NFL, because there only used to be 16, but there are only 17 games. So every game is important. But still, even in that, it's still a regular season. So if you lose a game, hey, you got next week, you can come back and make it right. You know what I'm saying? If you have a little bad stretch, you can still, sometime even, come back from that. But in the playoffs, there's none of that. You know what I'm saying? So Lamar Jackson, I believe this year, I got my laptop here. I should have already had this up, but it was something crazy like there was only one other game this year where he had multiple turnovers. I think 2 turnovers or something like that. It was only one other game out of the other 17, 18 games he played. He had one game where he turned the ball over, I think, twice. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he doesn't turn the ball over. I think he only had 4 or 5 interceptions this year. But then you get in the biggest game of the year, and it seemed like all you can do is turn the ball over. That's choking. You know what I'm saying? The moment is being shown to be a little bit too big for you. You know what I'm saying? The lights are a little bit bright. And I really don't think that the moment is too big for Lamar Jackson at all. He ain't scary. He ain't no punk and nothing like that. I just think what's starting to happen is now he's building up a resume of not playing well in big games. So now every time a big game comes around, he's putting pressure on himself. Man, you just got to relax and just play like it's week 3, man. That's all you got to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, but still, nonetheless, he didn't play well. And his play is what got them in the deficit. You know what I mean? It's what got them behind the 8 ball and having to come back and all that. It was his turnovers. It was the interception, and in particular, especially that fumble. You know what I'm saying? You just can't fumble the ball right there, bro. You ain't been doing that all year. You know what I'm saying? And then I hear Shannon Sharp talking about, well, that particular is like these motherfuckers talk out of both sides of their mouth. He want to criticize him, but then at the same time, he want to say the fumble, you can't be mad at him for that because that's the way he plays, and we big him. He had another play where he did some shit like that and then, tried to make a play and he threw a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Not the one that he threw at the end of the game, but I'm saying, earlier in the year or early, you know what I mean? He does that where pressure is getting to him in the pocket and he'll try to bounce out or scramble out and they may get a hand on him, but he able to slip out of it or whatever and scramble around and make a throw in it. So I understand that's the way he plays, but that doesn't give him an excuse to turn the ball over, to say, oh, well, that's the way he plays. So if he turned the ball over, he fumbled the ball. I get what he's trying to say. He's trying to say you got to take the good with the bad when you got somebody that can make those type of dynamic plays. I am taking the good with the bad. You got to make sure your bad don't show up in big games. That's this is just period, point blank. So I didn't agree with that when I heard Shannon Sharp say that, because my whole thing with Shannon Sharp is that you got to call it how you see it, and most of the time he does, but we're all human. So he got flaws when it comes to that too. And what I mean is, had that been the Cowboys and Dak Prescott, he wouldn't have had that same take. He would have been talking shit, trolling, and talking shit to Jerry and saying how weak and how weak the Cowboys is, and he knew that was gonna happen, and he knew they was gonna lose. He wouldn't have been given no type of breaks and no type of excuses for Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm a Niners fan, so the Cowboys is my rival. I'm just using them as an example. You know what I'm saying? Because I just didn't understand that. That was a head scratcher when I heard that last night. Like, wait, anytime a quarterback is turning the ball over, like all year he been on Dan Orlovsky about Joe Burrow, because even though Joe Burrow put up MVP numbers this year, when he would have a game where, he would have throw an interception. Oh, yeah, it's a turnover. Yeah, but he threw 3 touchdowns too. And he threw for over 300 yards. Yeah, he made one mistake, but that was just one turnover. And his defense sucked like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But he would still choose to focus on the turnover, that one turnover, when all Joe Burrow was trying to do was overcompensate for the fact that he knows his defense can't stop nobody. So he may have tried to make a play or two that maybe wasn't there, because he got to try to make a play to, like I said, overcompensate for what his defense can't do. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's my only thing with that. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I can pull up some of these takes. What the fuck is going on? Let me see. Let me see. Lamar Jackson. So, and like I said, I'm not, it pains me to say this about Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But I got to call it how I see it, man, and keep it all the way real. You feel me? And what's real is this man don't play well. When this man don't play well, when the games matter most, and for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, and they're gonna say that you're choking when that happens. Okay. So let's see here.
Another early playoff exit last night, a heartbreaker against the Bills. So the numbers will say the 2-time MVP, and maybe about to be 3-time, is 3-5 in the postseason. He had the 2 first-half turnovers in the game. The game ultimately ended on Mark Andrews dropping that 2-point conversion attempt. So the Ravens are now 1-4 in their past 5 divisional round appearances. Here are the numbers on Lamar Jackson. Take them for what you will. That first row is in his game each year. That second row has been in his second playoff game each year. Last year, the AFC Championship. This year, it comes here in the divisional round. We only do this with quarterbacks, Steve Wood. We only put...
Okay, so as you see here, okay, Lamar Jackson by team game, NFL postseason career. Lamar Jackson by team game. What the fuck does that mean? Y'all motherfuckers trying to confuse niggas. But by team game, okay. Playoff opener. He's 3-2. Team points per game, 22. touchdown, interceptions, 7 touchdowns or 4 interceptions, rush yards per game, 102. The second game, okay, so as the games get bigger, he's 0-3. The team is scoring 12 points a game, you know what I mean, which is way under what they scored in the regular season. His touchdown to interception ratio is 3-3. And he's running for 42 yards a game. So basically they're just showing here that, you know, as the moments get bigger, as the games get bigger, his level of play drops and goes down. And it needs to be the opposite. It needs to actually go up.
Tough game each year. Last year, the AFC Championship. This year, it comes here in the divisional round. We only do this with quarterbacks, Steve Wood. We only put.
Now let's see what's going on. Let's see what they got to say.
What are the right things to say about Lamar Jackson today?
Let's see what they got to say, and then I'm going to give my little rebuttals to what they're saying.
Man, he played so spectacularly in the second half, but ultimately, I go back to this. Ultimately, at the end of the day, did you make the game-winning plays? That's all I care about.
But he did. Yes, he did.
He had 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
He had 2 turnovers.
Now you see that? Now, I don't know what Lamar Jackson has done